Welcome to Coffee and Cleavage.
Welcome, everybody. Woo.
Hello, Gary.
Hey, ladies, how you doing?
Good. I totally forgot to say I'm Lynnie.
I
You
know.
should
We went on. We never said that for so long. Like, I'm
I
Shantal.
know.
I'm Lynnie. Welcome, Gary. And we used to never say it
I
forever. And people are like,
know.
why don't you introduce yourselves? Like, who are you? It's like,
Yeah.
you're
You
watching
just
this,
wanted
aren't
to
you?
talk to me that quick today, I guess.
Yep.
Yep.
The man in the room. Well, today we're going to talk about one of our, actually, I was going to tell you this. Did you know that thrusting is one of our top listened to episodes? I'm pretty
The
sure
art
it's in
of
the top, the
thrusting.
art of
That
thrusting,
one,
top
yeah.
5.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can guess like 1 and 2. Anal and squirting, in case anybody wants to go back and listen to those episodes. Anal and
All the
squirting.
extra naughty ones. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like
Yeah.
those are the most listened to, but we're going to talk a little bit more about thrusting and some techniques that you can
Dick presses.
practice to improve your pleasure and last longer in bed.
Hmm.
Some exercises for some of your muscles. I have so many questions.
Yeah, definitely.
Gary, I expect to get asked a lot of questions in this episode.
Okay.
So thrusting though, just to kind of recap some of our favorite thrusting tips from previous.
hmm
The shallow thrust does not get enough attention.
Yeah. And I mean that's like most of the nerve endings in the vagina are the first 2 inches.
Which
So
it's like, so when you guys are just thinking like deep, 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 it's
deep.
like, okay, hold on, you're skipping.
Yeah.
You're skipping the most important part
How come
for
so
a
many
woman.
girls like to say like stick it deeper than?
Well, that's like after you get going.
I think after you get going, and
Yeah.
also it could also just be, I'm not saying all women, but some women are not even aware of where all their nerve endings
So what
are.
you're trying to say is smaller is better then?
I mean, I think that it's how you use it. I am a
Yes.
firm believer in that. But yes, I mean, if you're 10 inches, it's going to be difficult for you to only do the first 2. But it really is the most pleasurable. And even the G spot is only a couple inches in as well. So
Mhm.
if we're going very, very deep, I hope men are realizing like what they're actually poking, because it's not her G spot. It would be her women parts. It would be her uterus that you're poking. You
Might even
want
be
to,
the A spot sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah.
the A spot. I
Yeah, we
forgot
talked
about that
about that
one.
before. That's one
Which
that's not really talked about.
it's not, and a lot
Yeah.
of people don't talk about how hitting the uterus can be pleasurable. It can be for some women, it could be painful for other women. It just depends. But some people are like, oh, further, further, further. And that's like what you're hitting. Sexual organs back there. And also, it is more likely for women to squirt with shallow thrusting, which makes sense because if all those nerve endings are in the first couple
Mhm.
inches,
Yeah.
it would make sense why that would be the spot that you're trying to stimulate.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it just adds a lot more variety to the sensations for a woman. And obviously you want to mix it up, not just, we're not saying have shallow thrusting sex only. Like that's not the suggestion. It's about mixing it up, just not all
Yeah.
one speed, which I
Exactly.
think is really common. Where did that come from? Is it just from porn where men watch and they just see this the whole time? And so they just assume it's one
Yeah, of course.
motion over and over and over. And it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's great for him.
Yeah. I think it's good to switch up your rhythm, your thrust, and position too. Don't stay in the same position for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
And, I think it does probably feel better for men too to do different variations.
Yeah.
And it also gives you a chance to not get too excited too
Yeah,
fast.
yep, exactly.
Slow it down a little,
Mhm.
work on shallow for a bit, and then add in a deep every once in a while and just kind of go back and forth. A little unpredictability in your thrusting, people. What do you think about that, Gary?
I think that's true. I think guys also realize what does it for them and where they have to switch. And it's true. It's like when you're switching positions, you're kind of building that back up. If you're like, oh, fuck, I feel like I'm going to it's going to happen.
Mhm.
and you stop and switch and slow down and just different techniques. I mean, I think that's definitely good. Even you guys saying that for sure, because it's like when you do one thing the whole time, because everyone is like a thing. It's like porn. It's just like fast, like the whole time deep. It's like, I mean, coming from you guys saying, you don't have to do that I mean, that's where I would ask you guys, like, yeah, that's not what you just the whole time. That's not what you want.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So, I
Nope.
mean, that's what I just feel like sometimes porn gets that in people's heads. It's where it's
Yeah.
like you have to have if you don't have like the biggest dick ever and like you're not just like pounding her fucking ass, it's like that's not what it's like clearly all about. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone has their own
Yeah.
fucking opinion, obviously. So,
Yeah. I think all women, regardless of how what position they like variety,
Yeah,
you know. Just of course
definitely.
everybody has their spot, their go-to position, how they can finish. Everybody has that. But you don't just always want to do that. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, very vanilla.
You
Sticking to
gotta
the same. Gotta switch it up. Switch even the location of where you're having sex too.
yes.
Go
well,
from the
and
couch to the bed. I don't
a lot of
know.
times guys have a lot of pressure on them to mean like perform and be hard and not come super fast. So it's like you got to find your own techniques, like, hey, I need to like switch positions and like, hey, slow down and like kind of
Mhm.
like regroup and build that back up. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what you got to I feel like you got to figure out with yourself too.
Yeah, very internal,
Yeah.
some internal monitoring going on in there. Little timer. And
Cute. What?
oh
Go
yeah, go
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say Kegels. What do you think about
Yeah,
Kegels?
I
They're not just
know.
for women.
I don't know, those really work for guys.
They do. There is so much information about Kegels for men.
Is that just like flexing kind of that's really necessary, like kind of all you do? Like for guys and girls, it's almost just
Yeah, it's you're
contracting.
contracting the
Mhm.
muscle. So it works the same way for men as it does for women. So when you're tightening and holding those muscles, you're building them, strengthening them, which can make your erection stronger. It can make you last longer.
Mhm.
It can make you harder. And obviously, when you have more blood flow in that area, it's going to be more pleasurable for you and for obviously the partner as well. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer, but I've just never really heard men talk about, like, doing
No.
Kegels.
Uh-uh.
Is it
Mm-mm.
Kegels or Kegels?
It's
Kegels? It's
Kegels.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's essentially like, have you ever just tried to stop yourself from going to the bathroom? You're squeezing.
Mhm.
So it's essentially that same movement, and you would just do it and tighten for like 5 seconds, release, tighten for 5 seconds, release. A lot of people have to like lay or sit to do it, but you could, once you get the hang of it, you could do it anywhere. Like I'm doing it right now.
I think I think that comes back to a lot of guys being like prideful and not being like, "Hey man, have you done your Kegels today?" It's like girls are totally open with being like, "Yeah, I do that." Guys don't want to have to admit if they do that or not. I mean, a lot of guys are like, "No, I don't have to do that. I can last as long as I want, always."
But it's like, stop for a second. You work out your biceps, right? And you get them all pumped and you get them stronger and whatever. So it's like you're just working a different muscle. Like
Yeah.
it's your pelvic area, your muscles in there can get stronger. And when they get stronger, there's a benefit. Just like
Mhm.
when you get stronger in the gym for your biceps or legs or whatever, it's the same thing, but it's better because it makes your sex better. Your
Mhm.
biceps don't make your sex better.
When you think
Your
about it,
fucking groin does.
it's like you could do it all day too. You don't have to do
Yeah,
anything. It's
yeah,
just like, okay, I'm doing it.
yeah. It's pretty awesome, actually. I really just didn't even know, like, I didn't think about men doing that would
Yeah.
strengthen
I
it,
never thought about that either.
and obviously, if you have, like, incontinence issues or other health problems, it's even, like, a better win, but just from the sexual standpoint alone, it's like, yeah, no-brainer.
Hmm.
Men, do your Kegels.
And then reverse Kegels. This is
Yeah.
something I was like, "Huh."
This is really interesting, when
Yeah.
you try to watch, like, a how-to video on this, but
It's supposed to make sex feel amazing and feel extra hard. Sends extra blood there, strengthens your pelvic floor, flexes and allows the muscle to relax. Easier to control when to orgasm. Good stamina and arousal to last longer.
Yeah, and so this is really similar, but it's like you're
I say it does sound a
it,
lot
it sounds
similar.
similar, but it's supposed to be like the reverse, which like you're pushing. I don't know. I guess you can think about it like pushing and pulling, so you're doing different movements, and you can also like lay on your back and lift yourself up too, like lift your groin up towards the sky while you're strengthening, which makes sense.
Hmm.
I've seen some of those some of those videos where I'm like, is this a workout or are they having sex? Like you're
Yeah.
bridging, or like when you're on your knees and you're like flexing forward. What's that movement? It's like a yoga pose, but I saw examples of the
It
reverse Kegel like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about no. Mm-mm.
It's like you're on all fours, but you're like
Like
kind
downward
of
dog kinda?
but you're like
Okay.
thrusting your groin down,
Okay.
like full
Scorpion.
Yeah.
force.
Scorpion.
Yeah. But it's interesting. I don't know, Gary, you
Yeah.
might have to do some homework and
I'll
go
try that.
Let
practice
us
I'll
know.
try
some
that out too.
Kegels. It sounds like a commitment a little bit because I don't think you're gonna notice like results right
I was gonna
away.
say, yeah, like it would be interesting to see if they ever did a study of that. Like, I mean, I don't know how you'd necessarily do that, but I mean, do it like, I mean, how long would that take you consistently doing it like every day?
I
And
mean,
would it be like months? You would see a difference? Like, damn, like, because I mean, I look at it as working out at the gym. You're not gonna be like, wow, I worked out for 3 days and I have like muscles now.
yeah,
It's the
Mhm.
same
exactly.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it did say like weeks to a month, and just practice like a couple times a day or set a goal. Like I'm going to do 5 reps of 5 seconds. And then tomorrow I'm going to try to do hold for 10 seconds for 10 reps or whatever. But yeah, it's not going to be instant gratification. I know lots of people want that.
Yeah.
But if you need that for other reasons, then I guess there are other options for, you know, having a having a harder dick.
Yeah, your penis pump or whatever.
But I mean, it makes sense. Like if you can
Yeah.
strengthen the muscle naturally and it's
Yeah.
that simple to
Yeah.
strengthen
You could
your
do it on the couch, yeah.
yeah, you can
Well, and it's, I mean, every guy would love to be able to kind of control and know when they're going to be able to control when they're going to orgasm. Because
Mhm.
sometimes you're like, oh, fuck, why is this happening? Like, you don't know. It would be amazing to be like, hey, I can control it and I can stop and then build it back up and really know when it's going to happen. You control it.
Yeah.
I'm sure every guy would love that.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
For guys. Very much so. I mean, it's interesting though cuz like female Kegels, like I don't remember when I first heard about those, but it was like an older woman thing. I always thought it
Yeah.
was like, oh, like old women talk about that,
I just think
you
of it
know?
for, like, urinary continence. Is that how you yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
in it. Yeah. But it's also for the same thing. It's
Mhm.
for control. It's for
Mhm.
like I mean, I was gonna say, what do you call it when you're like squeezing while you're having
That's what
sex?
I was just gonna say, yeah,
Yeah.
when you're
I'm pretty sure they call it like milking or something. There's some different
milking.
term. Yeah, I've heard it called that. I don't know what the correct term is, where you're like essentially squeezing and releasing him while you're having sex. What is it called? Is it called milking?
I don't know a term for it.
I
I
don't
just
know.
know, like
I'd be scared to Google that. Uh, but yeah, I mean, you just have better control.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think, I don't know if it technically makes you tighter or if it just makes your muscles stronger to pull in.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's good. I think it's fun to do that when you, like, squeeze when you're having sex,
Yeah.
Make it tighter, yeah. Okay, I gotta know what the fucking term is now.
I know. Are you going to Google milking?
Let's see.
What are you going to Google? What is it when I tighten my pussy around his dick?
Well,
There's a term. That's totally what I Googled. Oh God, it's all just Pornhub when I see
oh, see,
this.
mine's actually very educational.
Oh, really? What? Why did mine give me
I
all
just said
Pornhub?
term for tightened
Term.
vagina around penis.
Oh, there you go. You
Yep,
used all the medical words
I did.
instead of term for squeezing dick and pussy.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh fuck. Okay, is there a name for it?
Mm,
Penis captivus?
No, I went you know what? Urban Dictionary would be a good one.
No, that's Wikipedia. It says penis captivus is a supposed occurrence during human sexual intercourse when the muscles in the vagina clamp down on the penis much more firmly than usual.
What'd you say it was
Like,
called? Penis captivus?
yeah,
Yeah,
like
okay, that's what I
like
found.
That seems
capturing it.
like something you didn't
Yeah.
want to do.
That, I don't know why that just reminds me of like
I
lockdown. It sounds a
know.
little scary,
Or
right?
there's pompour.
Pompour?
Yeah.
I don't think
Pompour.
there's a term for it. I think it's
No,
just a
there's
thing.
not.
You
Yeah,
just
it's just
do.
a thing.
Yeah, it's just a thing. Oh no, yeah, I see it. Pompour.
Mhm.
Sounds very French or something.
Mm.
It's pretty much just a Kegel. All right. We're just coming up with new terms here.
Milking.
I've heard it called that, milking. Oh god.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You can get real dirty with that one. Dirty talk, you know?
Oh yeah. You want me to milk your cock?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it is fitting. We're probably gonna get banned with this fucking episode. Quick and dirty.
No, it's educational. It's good.
Yeah, it's educational. Men, we really would like you to put in some effort and work out your fucking
your
pelvic, your
Kegels.
pelvic thrusts
Mhm.
and squeezes and make that shit stronger so that you can last longer.
Mhm.
Touche.
All right, guys.
All
Well,
right, guys.
thanks for listening.
Absolutely. And don't forget to go rate and subscribe wherever you're listening or watching.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Cheers.
Thanks. Cheers.